Welcome to part 2 of color pencil and color theory. We're going to begin with value and doing a monochromatic value scale. So choose one color that you would like to blend with an undercoat of a neutral. So you could use black, brown, and sometimes indigo, any neutral. But we're going to go ahead and fill in that black is our shade and white is our tint. So we're going to fill in our tints, tones, and shades. And I'm going to use a black color pencil to begin filling in our value scale. I'm going to try and shade very smooth and consistently, just like you would with a graphite pencil. We'll be visiting the neutrals in the bottom right-hand corner later on in this assignment. So use your black or brown pencil to layer a smooth gradient all the way across your box, becoming very transparent towards the middle for your tones. Remember, shades are black, tones are gray, and tints are white. If you were someone that finds it hard to stay within the lines, then you can put a sticky note on the edge of wherever you're shading. So we're going to have shades, tones, and tints. Okay, so I'm going to begin. My hue is going to be red. You can choose any color that you like. So make sure your pencil is well sharpened to create this blend. And again, you can do this with any neutral. You can do this with brown, you can do it with indigo, you can do it with black. So we could keep adding layers to bring out these true shades and tones and tints. I'm using the white of the paper to create the tints, but we could take the white pencil and practice blending with the white pencil if you want to try that. To see what effect it has when blended. It really smooths out the pigment a little bit. But we don't want to spend too much time on this, so I'm going to call it complete. So let's go ahead and move on to split complementary. So let's see what it says here. It says it's made up of 3 hues. First, you choose your main color and then select the 2 colors on either side of its complement. So let's take a look at that. So if I choose yellow, the complement of yellow is violet. So then the split complement would be yellow, blue violet, and red violet. Okay, so if I want to do that again, if I choose green or blue green, my split complement would be red and orange. Okay, so you want to think about wherever the complement is, like a red orange and a blue green are complements, but then you skip to the outer sides of that color, just like it says in the definition. So I'm going to pick my blue green, and you can Google this, do a little bit of research, get comfortable with it. So you can start to understand different color schemes. If you want to use your primary and secondaries together, you can. I'm just going to use the primaries. It's totally up to you if you want to mix blue and green together or do both. Just putting very thin layers of these pigments down here, just because we don't want to rush our layers. You know, we could really work at them for a little while. So my next color for my split complement is going to be orange. You can use just straight orange or whichever color. I'm just blending. When you get practice by blending, then you can begin to blend. Or if you want to just use straight orange, or whichever one that you pick. You don't have to pick the one that I pick. Pick your own, do some research, go on Google, look up split complementary, and see what you come up with. Okay, let's move on to triadic colors. Triadic colors are a lot of fun. They're easier to find. We could look at our primaries and see that they are triadic. So if you take that same concept, I know I have a lot of lines here now. If you take the same concept of creating a triangle and looking for triadic colors, you can really match up a lot of different triads, not just our primaries. So you could look at the secondaries, like we have orange. Those are also triadic. Orange, green, and violet. So you can look up a triadic color wheel if you want it to show you where everything is. So if you want to pick your own, I would not choose the primaries as your triadic blend, just because we've already discussed those. Looking at our color wheel, let's mark the primaries and the secondaries. So we have primaries, secondaries. So now we could do blue violet. I'm going to create lines here. Blue violet to red orange to yellow green. It's making some geometric patterning here. Sorry, my lines are sloppy. So I do like that blue, violet, red, orange, yellow, green. Look at all of the triads we have going on here. So if we look at our primaries are triadic. So we have red, blue, and yellow. Our secondaries are triadic. We've got violet, orange, and green. So if I start choosing additional colors like red, orange, yellow, green, and blue, violet, those are a more unique triad than our primary and secondary. Also, another unique triad would be red, violet, yellow, orange, and blue, green. I know this might overwhelm some people that are looking at this symbol, but I want you to do your own research and figure out which triadic color scheme you would like to add on this worksheet. Pick blue, violet, so if I have blue, violet, red, orange, blue, violet, red, orange, yellow, green. Now your Prisma does come with this apple green, which could pass as a yellow green, and if you would like to, you can add more yellow to it. Notice on this section I did not sharpen my pencils nice and fresh, so it would be nice if I did and then went back and polished up some of these inconsistent areas. It can also lead to going outside the lines if your pencils are not sharpened just because of lack of precision. You have more blending power with a sharpened pencil. Okay, so we're going to move on to analogous and neutrals. All right. Okay, analogous colors. Neighbors on the color wheel. So we could have red, red, orange, and orange. Go ahead and fill my orange in first and then create my red orange after. So these are the three sets that we've worked with before. Okay, we only have to do 3 sets of analogous, so we could do green, green, and blue. You can pick your own sets of analogous. fun to do. You can either take your black, you can mix your blue violet in your black and make an indigo. You can use the two browns that come in your Prisma set. So if we take out all of the neutrals that we have, basic neutrals are these right here. We have 3 options here. And you can fill these in whichever way you like, because we would be creating browns if we mixed our complements. So we could color one black, we could leave one white, color one brown, or we could blend some complements. So I'm going to leave demonstrating neutrals up to you, as long as you understand what neutrals are. They are not exactly colors, but we can mix them. If you did the painting lesson, you already have a little bit of experience with this. If you've mixed complementary colors with paint. So I'm aiming to create a brown here. We could create 3 sets of neutrals with the complementary colors. Or like I said, you could just mark, you could do one in black, and then you could do one in brown, and then you can remind yourself that white is also a neutral. I'm going to mix a thin layer of the violet into the yellow to see what happens. Makes it a lighter brown. So I hope you had some good experience with, blending with sharpened pencils, them getting dull and maybe struggling a little bit, and seeing the surface quality. When you guys complete your marble, please make sure that you take your time and you do not rush, and apply some of these blending techniques and things you learned about color theory to your project or whichever color pencil project you're working on. Okay, so in essence here we have 6 neutrals. So we are finished with this worksheet. Make sure that when you have completed it for your grade, you write your name on it. Put the date if you like. Put what class period you're in, okay? Let's take a look from the top of the whole thing. The only thing that really stands out to me if I was grading one of your worksheets is that the opacity of the complements are very thin, but that's okay. If you have something like that that bothers you, then go ahead and correct it. But for the most part, this is what we expect for you to turn in for this worksheet on color theory using color pencils. Thanks for watching.